All right, here we go. Same thing as yesterday. Now I want you to find the area of a pentagon. Anybody know that formula? Area of a pentagon, going. Nope, me neither. Okay, it exists, I'm sure, but I'm not going to have you memorize it. All right. Instead, we're going to do the same technique we did yesterday. Break it up into congruent triangles. But now, unlike the hexagon, how many triangles am I going to have here now? 5 congruent triangles. So I'm going to take the area of one of them. Here's our plan. 1/2 base times height would find the area of one of them. And then now, instead of multiplying it by 6 like we did for the hexagon yesterday, I'll multiply it by 5. All good? All right. Somebody, just so I'm good here, name the base and the height of this triangle we're going to find now, so we know exactly what we need to find. What are the base and the height of this triangle that we're about to find the area of? Just name them. Just name them. Name the base and the height. Oh, Alyssa, there you go. Base and height. What do you got?
The height's 10.
This right here? That's the height?
No.
Okay. Just like name it with letters.
Oh,
10,
okay.
10 doesn't belong to anything here.
PS.
Okay, so hey, everyone, you don't have to do this, but I'm just making sure we're good here. PS, and what about the base it's drawn to, Alyssa?
QR.
Okay, so these are the 2 values I need. I just want to make sure we're good. Those are the 2 values I need. 10's the radius. Okay, 10's the radius there. All right, I don't care. We can find either one first. So you have, somebody's going to make a big decision here. I don't care which one we find first. Dylan, you choose. Which one do you want to find first, QR or PS? QR it is. All right, everyone ready to find QR first? Here's the issue, though. We're not going to be able to find all of QR, but we can find half of it because that height is bisecting it. So we find half of it, we'll be good. First step, just like I showed you reviewing the problem Cormac asked. Find the central angle for me. Go, in your group, find the central angle for me. What is angle QPR? Angle QPR, kids. What does that angle measure there? QPR measures how many degrees? Because I always want to find the central angle first. Shar, what's the central angle there? 72. 360 divided by 5. So that's a 72 degree angle. Do I need the 72? No, I need half of it. So it's in the right triangle now. I want an angle in the right triangle. So the 72 won't help me, but the height bisects it. So what angle am I going to put in now, Bryson? That whole angle is 72 and it's being bisected.
36.
36. All right, everyone. Now I'm going to work with 36 degrees. Right there, angle SPR. I want an angle in the right triangle. Can I use my 30, 60, 90 rules? Nope. How about 45, 45, 90? Nope. This is why today is different than yesterday. What can I rely on, though? It's a right triangle, though. Not Pythag. I don't have enough information. SOHCAHTOA, sine, cosine, tangent. That's the difference today, because I'm going to have to use sine, cosine, tangent to find the height and the base. All right. What did Dylan want? You wanted QR, right, Dylan? All right. So I'm going to have to find RS and double it. There's no way I can find QR right now, but I'm going to find RS and double it. All right, with the plan? What is RS? What choices do I have? Opposite, hypotenuse, and adjacent, right? So look at 36. What is RS? Opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse right now? What's across from it there? Where am I going here? Tess, relax. What's RS?
Opposite.
Opposite, good job. And the other side I know is 10. And what's the 10 in the diagram? I know it's the radius, but what is it in the right triangle now? Whoa, where are we going now? Jared? Hypotenuse, yep. Start thinking now, if I have those 2 values, which of the 3 ratios can I use? If I have opposite and hypotenuse, which ratio can I use now? Which one of the 3? Drew? Sine, yep. So let's review it again. It's been a while. Sine, S-I-N. Well, it's E, but we abbreviate it S-I-N. 36 degrees. Opposite side, if you want to call it X, go ahead. Over hypotenuse, 10. We solve it. All over 1. This is why your calculator needed to be in degree mode. Notice I didn't round anything because this is not the area. So I'll keep all the decimals to the very end. Is this number going into my area formula? No, right? This isn't RS. I still need to do what to it? Double it. Make sure we double it here. That number is going to go in for QR. So leave it in your calculator so you can copy paste it in a minute. Write it down if you have to remember it, but that whole decimal's got to go in the calculator in a second. Okay, we are right finding the base. Always remember double it because the height bisects it. All right, now we're going to find the height, PS. I don't want to tell you how to do this because there's multiple ways of doing it. How many sides do you now know of this right triangle? 2. So you could find the height by doing Pythag if you wanted to. But if you're going to use Pythag, make sure you use the whole 5.8778, or let's get rid of that now. Now you're trying to find the adjacent side. So now we could use cosine ratio. So 2 different methods to get that final side of PS. You could do Pythag if you're comfortable doing that, or you could do the cosine ratio. I'm going to do cosine because I use Pythag enough. So we're still using 36 degrees. And then adjacent, well, I'm going to call it Y over hypotenuse. And that'll be your height, PS, that you plug into the formula. And go ahead, keep grinding. I'll ask somebody in a minute or two what the final area is, rounded to the nearest 10. Make sure you remember to double that 5.87 before you find the area. Make sure you multiply by 5 triangles at the end. Take your time what you're typing in your calculator, because this is where errors happen. You find all the correct numbers, just somehow you don't multiply the right ones. Confident in your answer here? Oh boy. Come on, you got this. Be there. Be there. You got this. Oh, Drew again. Come on now.
237.8 inches squared.
Ooh, and the units. Good. A reminder again, got to have units on your test Monday. Half a point off if you don't have your units. Please ask. I couldn't get that in my calculator. Hey, guys, 1/2 times this 8.090 that you got for PS times, make sure you multiply this by 2 before you put it in the formula. And then again, make sure you multiply your final answer by 5 because there's 5 of these triangles. All right, anything before I move on to the octagon? Here we go. Assume that's perpendicular, that 8. I'll give you an advanced, you're welcome. for doing that. I don't know if you guys know this. Anybody know the octagon formula? Just a quick check. Oh, me neither. So it looks like we'll have to put 8 congruent triangles here. So we all agree it's going to be 1/2 base times height times 8 now. 8 congruent triangles. All right, draw one of them in. Probably, we could draw 8 different ones in, but you probably want to draw this one in, right? And this happens every year, so just let me give you a warning. Remember, the 8 was the height. Okay, and look, when you draw that triangle in, doesn't it start looking like 8's the radius? Remember, 8 was originally right there. Okay, it's not the radius. And why do I say you're welcome? What do you already know of this triangle? When I calculate the area, what do I already know? The height, right? The height's already 8. So 1/2, the only thing we need to find is what's the base. We already know the height's 8. You're welcome. All right, ready to help me find the base length? I need an angle in one of the right triangles, so find the central angle first. Find the central angle. What's the central angle of that one central angle when you have it, Jonathan?
22.
Oh, no. Just you're doing a little bit ahead of me. 45, good. Now, hey, don't get all excited. Oh, I don't need to use sine, cosine, tangent. I can use my 45, 90 rules. No, I need an angle in the right triangle. This is the 45 degrees right there. I need an angle in the right triangle, so bisect it. Jonathan, I'll go back to you now. What's that angle now? 22.5 now, yes. So this is the angle I'm working with, 22.5 degrees. And there's only one side we need to find, right? And that's this side right here. So I can double it and find the base. We already know the height's 8. I don't need to find that side. I just need to find the, I don't want to say what that side is. What's the 8? Opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse. So what's the 8 in this right triangle? The 8 is, Simon? Adjacent. Way to be confident. Thank you. And what's the side we're looking for? That would be what side? Stephanie. Here's my 22.5. There's the side I'm looking for. That would be what? Yep, but opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. That's what I'm looking for here. So I know which ratio to use. Here's the 22.5. Here's the side I'm looking for. That's the opposite side. Which one do I use now? I have opposite, I have adjacent. Which one of those 3 ratios do I use? Oh, come on, Stephanie, back to you again. Sine, cosine, or tangent. I have O and A. SOHCAHTOA. Tangent, yep. Tangent, 22.5 equals opposite side over adjacent, 8. Don't fall into the trap, though. Don't fall into the trap. Are you plugging this value that you just found from using tangent into the formula? No, why? This is half the base, remember, half the base. You need to double that bad boy before you plug it into the formula. This is only half the base. And then this number can get plugged in. That's only half the base, remember. Go ahead, calculate. We'll round to the nearest tenth here in a second. When you have it, keep calculating if you don't. Oh, Simon.
212.1.
Wow. Beast mode today, huh? Good. Little school picture there today. I like that little get up. Yep, nice. Okay. Good. Anything else? We good there? I only got one more with you. But this last one uses everything we've done so far. And to help us out, yep, we brought back our boy. Yep, Big Al making an appearance. He owns a ton of land, and now we're getting off the land and back to his house. He's got a little deck. Conveniently, look at that. Conveniently, his deck is in the shape of a regular octagon. Look at that. Convenient. And that deck has a perimeter of 128. All right. Guys, there's a lot of info here. I'm not going to lie. The distance from the center of the deck to any side is of 19 feet. All right, let me stop there. That piece right there, from the center to any side is 19. I'm giving you this right here. That's what I'm giving you, 19 feet. That's a perpendicular distance. All right, that'll help you out tremendously. All right, you can read through it. 1 gallon of sealant will cover 125 square feet, and a 5-gallon container costs $98. How much is it going to cost them to seal the deck? All right, well, I see this. 1 gallon covers 125 square feet. That kind of signals me where to go, because what's the only thing I do that's in square units? What's the only thing I measure in square units? Area of a figure, right? So that tells me right away I got to find the area, because I see square. The only time I have square units is area. All right, we just did this in the previous example, but this is going to be a little easier. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet or took a look at this. Still going to multiply by 8, right? All right, go ahead, draw your triangle in that we need to find the area of before we multiply by 8. Right there. I hate to break it to you, you don't need to find sine, cosine, tangent. You don't need to do it. I'm not using 22.5 degrees again either. Here's why. What was the perimeter of this thing? 128. And we talked yesterday, if it's regular, what's that mean? All sides are equal. Find a side now. 128 feet. All the sides are equal. Find a side, which is now going to give us the base. What's one side length of this octagon? One side length, Shara? 16 feet. Guys, look, watch. Write it down. What are you writing right now? Yes, that's the side of a octagon, but it's also the what of the triangle. It's my base. I'm done. No sine, cosine, tangent needed here. 1/2. The base of one of these triangles is 16. The height I already gave you was 19. And now I multiply that by the 8 triangles that exist in that octagon. Far from done, though. Far from done, right? We're not looking for the area. We need to know money. But this is the first step anyway. No rounding needed. What's the area of the deck now? Area of the deck. Lily, area of the deck. Good. 1,000. Go back here. 1,216 square feet. Good work. So that was our first step. Find the area. All right, you ready to get to the money now? 1 gallon covers 125 square feet. I'm going to need to know how many gallons, right? How many gallons of sealant am I going to need? And this came up yesterday, and I didn't freak out, but I made it a point. Some of you in this class right now are like 50-50. I'm going to multiply or divide by 125, and you're not too sure. You're just going to guess. Some of you are very confident. Remember, I don't want you to guess. If you're going to guess, set up a proportion so you're 100% sure. How do I set up this proportion? 125 square feet is equal to 1 gallon, right? If you're unsure, set up a proportion right now. That's what the problem gave me. 1 gallon, 125 square feet. We have 1,216 square feet. Keep them together. 1,216 square feet. Keep them together. How many gallons? Okay, so if you're unsure, set this up. Do I need to see it? No. If some of you are confident, you already know what to do with the 125. Now, as you cross multiply, what are we doing with the 125? Multiplying or dividing here? Whether you're solving this proportion or doing it on your own. What do I end up doing with the 125? Dividing the 1216 or multiplying? What do you notice there, Tess? Dividing. Yep, you end up dividing by it. And we're going to get a decimal. Let me get that decimal up here. 126, 1216 divided by 125. All right, we talked. You can't buy that many gallons. That's ridiculous. So how many gallons am I going to need? 10 gallons, right? So I'm going to need 10 gallons here. All right, still not at the price yet. I need 10 gallons. So does that mean I need 10 buckets? 10 buckets then? Times 98? Nope, keep reading. These are what type of buckets? 5 gallons. So I don't need 10 of them. I only need 2 containers, right? I only need 2 because each one has 5 gallons in it. Times $98. It's a great problem. So Big Al, seal that deck of his. $196. Bucks. Greenbacks. Cheddar. What am I missing here, kids?
Dough.
Dough.
Racks.
Racks. Okay. Yep. 196 racks. That's a new one.
Bands.
I'm learning the street lingo. What else here could I have? Dollar bills. No.
With a Z.
What do we have?
With a Z.
Yeah. All right. Dollars. Yep. Anything else? This is better than my first period class. Okay. We'll leave it at that then. 196. Whatever you want to call it. All right. Four problems. 4 problems. That's all I'm asking for tonight. Get to it.